If you enjoy Empty the Warrens, or you consider yourself a Mog fanatic, see what I did there, you're going to love today's video. We are going straight to Moggwarts. That's the name of this deck. Pauper Goblin combo featuring First Day of Class. This deck is for those of you who might like Malera in Modern, or if you really liked the Black-Green Company deck in Standard, it plays very similarly. Let's just dive right into the deck list. Let's do it. So, how this deck works is I mentioned that it's like Malera combo. Well, wherever it is, First Day of Class, this is your Malera. This puts a +1/+1 counter on a creature whenever it comes into play that turn, and that creature gains haste. Well, that works pretty well with Persist. So we are running Putrid Goblin, a 2-mana Goblin with Persist. Well, that's half the combo, or 2/3 of the combo, I should say. Well, we're missing the Sacrifice Outlet. The best sacrifice outlet is Skirk Prospector, and then after that we have Goblin Sledders and Moggwarts. These are our sacrifice outlets. We play 7 of them. So when you have all 3 of these, you win the game. Well, that's pretty neat, and it's pretty powerful in Modern. Or I'm sorry, not Modern, Pauper. This deck's very fast. Like, turn 4 happens quite a bit of the time. But you do play some consistency cards to make that happen. I mentioned that this deck is like Black-Green Company. And that's because you play things like Impulsive Pilferer. This is your Blister Pod. You sacrifice it and you get a treasure. You can sacrifice it to Sledder, Skirk Prospector, who cares? It's a free mana. You play it on turn 1, it's a mana later. That's why we play it. Yeah, and then you play some cards for consistency. I'm talking Faithless Looting, Night's Whisper, Goblin Matron. I would really like to play a 4th Looting in this deck, but I've been told that this deck doesn't abuse it well enough for that to happen. But Looting works really well with the Unearth, which is another consistency card. Just in case one of your pieces dies or you have to discard it, just Unearth it right back. And it can also help with your speed, discarding Goblin Matron or Hissing Iguar, and then unearthing it. The Iguar, or I'm just going to say Lizard because I don't want to keep on saying that all video, is your damage. So after you have your infinite mana with Prospector, you play this and deal infinite damage. Yeah, you can also just have Sledder and sacrifice to make infinite power goblins with haste, which is pretty cool. You just need one more creature than they have blockers in order for that to matter. So you do have to have more attackers than they have blockers. Keep that in mind. Moggwarts War Marshal helps out with that, but it's also a desperate ritual when you have Skirk Prospector, which is just beautiful. Yeah, Sparksmith is just generic removal, and Bushwhacker you don't have to play, but it helps with Mog War Marshal. Sometimes you're not able to execute the combo, but War Marshal plus Sledder and Iguar are good enough. So this is a pretty good matron target. It's not necessary, but it certainly helps in my opinion. That's the main deck. The lands are pretty self-explanatory. We're a black-red Pauper deck, and First Day of Class. It's kind of nice because you don't always need to have these cards in hand, because you get to run a free Preordain. And I say free because if you already have infinite mana, this card doesn't matter. But it's a Preordain effect. So if you don't have it in hand, you can pray to top deck Matron or Iguar and get there using this. Some lists play 2 on the board. I don't hate that, but I haven't found that I needed a second one yet. Duress, Pyroblast, Red Elemental Blast for combo and control matchups. Reaping the Grave is for control matchups, but also decks with lots of removal. Flaring Pain is primarily for red-white, gets through Prismatic Strands, which is why that's in there. Sparksmith is, Jund is a really big deck right now, but also all of the blue decks. And then for decks with lots of removal, Goblin Caves. I can't believe we're actually playing Goblin Caves. That card is nuts. Yeah, a lot of you may think that this deck is not in my wheelhouse, but I've played so many decks like this in my past that I'm actually really excited to play this today. I've just been so busy that I haven't been able to do this sooner. Well, I hope that you enjoy Moggwarts. I think that this deck is super sweet. And before I get into my spiel, I'd like to thank the Moggwarts Discord. Blue Stalker's been a big help. They provide a sideboard guide. Also, Diego answered a couple of my questions. They're the real MVPs. They're the ones coming up with this list, not me. And I hope that you enjoy this video. And if you do, don't forget, you can always support us by going to theepicstorm.com/donation decks. I actually received a donation deck earlier this week for another Goblin combo deck in Pauper. So that will be coming to you next week. Goblin action back-to-back weeks. I hope you enjoy it if you are indeed a Mog fanatic. Twice I've made that joke. You can go to theepicstorm.com/donation decks to submit your combo deck. And that's where you do it. You select your tier and sign up, submit your deck list. It's pretty simple. Or you can go to theepicstorm.com/shop, show your support that way. You know, pick up a pint glass, a Storm 20 baseball tee, or a token pack. And if you're a fan of goblins, there's plenty of goblin tokens in that token pack. In fact, you get 54 of them, so make sure to check that out. And one final reminder, open up that description, join all of our social networks, and stay connected. Make sure you don't miss a single video that's uploaded. Ring that bell up top. Make sure you're getting all the notifications, so that way you can watch all this sweet goblin and combo action. All right, that's my spiel. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. Show your support, and I'll see you in round number 1. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to round number 1. Glad you stuck around. Enjoy the goblin action. We're on the play. Let's effing do it. Alright, so we have first day of class. We have Matron. This can go get our Putrid Goblin. This is our Black Source. This hand's a keep. It's not the fastest hand, but like the sacrifice outlets are the easiest part of the combo to get. So we have the 2 harder pieces, which makes this a keep in my opinion. We're looking to just play Mountain on turn 1, cycle for Swamp. And then, you know, maybe draw something for turn 2. You know, this hand is fine. It's probably like a turn 5 if I had to guess, assuming that we draw a sacrifice outlet. And our opponent's not sure what they're doing quite yet. Well, I mentioned the token pack. So if you want to get one of these, you can go to theepicstorm.com/shop. You get 54 tokens, 20 storm, 10 black, 10 red, 6 blue, 3 of the rest. But what you would care about as a goblin fan is you get 54 goblin tokens on the back. 54 for $12. It's great value. Go check those out. And they are, in fact, mini. They're half the size of your standard Magic the Gathering card. And I hope you enjoy them. All right, our opponent's finally back. Let's do it live. All right, so they're on Boggles. I have to imagine that's a pretty good matchup for us. So next turn we're going to go get Putrid Goblin, and then we just need the sacrifice outlet. Pretty good start for our opponent. Yeah, great start. We might not be fast enough. All right, we're going to be begging to rip the sacrifice outlet. So in theory, let's say we chump block here. I could draw a swamp. We don't have a whole lot of swamps in the deck, so it's pretty unlikely. But if we drew a swamp, I could unearth the Matron for a 1-mana sacrifice outlet. Alright, well, we're definitely going to chump. Because that could go get Skirk Prospector. It's gonna do it. We're not gonna beat that. You don't think there's any way around it? Yeah. Alright. Unfortunate. We lost our first game. I don't even know if like that's a card, if Dress is a card we'd want. There's a cheat sheet that I have for boarding. Alright, so it says we do want Dress, actually. It says to board an electricity as well. So it says board out Bushwhacker. So we would still need 2 cards. I don't know what I would actually board out here. All these cards seem pretty good. I don't think I actually want Electricity, but maybe that's wrong. Yeah, I think I'm just going to submit this. And it makes sense why we wouldn't want Sparksmith. Like, we can't target their creatures. Like, that just, you know. Same thing with Bushwhacker. Okay. I mean, it's a little bit slow, but I think that this is probably fine. Another Duress. Well, Trickery would blow them out right here. Alright, so if we draw Sacrifice Outlet, we could, in theory, maybe have a turn 4. Alright, so we also have Faithless Looting on our turn. And there it is. I guess I could have played first A class first. Alright, so what you can do here is with the trigger on the stack now, this way you get to save a black mana. They drew Gut Shot, and I got punished for my first day, for not playing first day of class first. Wow. I did get punished. Wow, I can't believe that just happened to me. So I can cast Looting and try to hit Unearth. Okay, that didn't really work out. I guess I can probably discard the Ram through. This is a little bit of a risky line. Saves me mana next turn. Well, I can't believe I got punished for not playing the first day of class before I played Prospector. Oh, that was bad. And I know about Gutshot. I mean, I've played this deck in 2 leagues. So they have one unknown. Alright, so we just have lethal. Or at least I think we do. Alright, so first day of class. That's going to give Goblin Sledder haste. Oh no, did I mess up? Because I can't... Oh, I think I just messed up. I need 2 goblins. I am punting. I am punting. I'm so dumb. I forgot that I can't make this an infinite power creature. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. What a waste. I'm sorry, everyone. Maybe we'll win some matches after this. Alright, so I've used 2 first day of classes so far. Yeah, we're not winning this now. I just punted this. Yeah, we just can't do anything. Alright, well, I'm sorry about this. I just threw this match. Gotta play better in the next rounds. I hope you're ready to bounce back because that's what I need to do after that round number 1. That was bad. But instead, we're going to focus on round number 2 and just try to play tight. I'm on the play. I don't think we're supposed to keep this. Why couldn't one of these not be that? That was tough. That 6 was so close to being the nuts. Yeah, we're facing fairies. Come on. That was a pretty good draw. Okay, so we get to resolve our Prospector and our Putrid Goblin. Ooh. I wonder if I'm supposed to get Sparksmith or just another Matron. Just like keep the chain going. Not attacking with Prospector. I don't want to risk it dying to a flash creature like Spellstutter Sprite. Okay. I think we're just playing the control game here. As far as I know, there's like no main deck sweeper in these decks. I like the Whisper draw. Excuse me. Goblin Matron's doing work. Goodbye, Prospector. I don't think comboing is really our goal this game, so that's probably fine. Ooh, they're on this deck. They're not on fairies. Okay. So I think I'm supposed to get Bushwhacker here. And now they have to have a counterspell for Bushwhacker. Woot woot! Molda 5 got there. Alright, you'll love to see it. So we definitely want these 6 cards. I don't know if this is a Goblin Caves matchup. Let me bring my cheat sheet back up. I moved it. It says to bring in caves. I don't think we want the Pilfer. This matchup's really not about speed. You could probably take out Lootings. You don't really want card disadvantage. It says to bring in Reaping the Graves too. Holy cow. Four cards still need to come out. Well, it says I'm not supposed to board in duress, so maybe even against this version though, like this version, it's definitely like the larger spell version. Um, I just don't really know how to board. Could do something like this. I just don't see Goblin Caves being that good as part of the issue. Like the removal are bolts and screds. I'm gonna try this out instead. This is a solid hand. We'll try this. So a cute trick that you can do with Ash Barrens is you can float the mana on turn 2, bounce it, and then cycle it. And they're just going to pass. Sure. Deal. So they took Fling Counterspell. Okay. Weird that they took Fling over the Bolt. So that means that they might have like a combo win. Okay, so they had Scred. We have plenty of Prospectors. Not super worried about that. So something we could do is try to play first day of class. Prospector. Or like a red mana short. Because I want to be able to do that with Counterspell backup. Opponent's definitely in a good spot at the moment. Oof. Yeah. Oh, I could have sacked. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm not casting any of these cards. Alright. Maybe I was supposed to play the first day of class. I just don't know. Like, is it really worth making those into 2/2s? Probably not. If I had sacrificed the Prospectors, I could have made them 3/3s if I burned both copies of First Day of Class. Maybe I should have thought about that a little bit more. Also, I could have like attacked with the goblins first. Um, Found another Hydroblast. Okay. They play the Preordain. We are not long for this world. Also, I don't know if making those into 3/3s would have mattered with those draws. Hmm. I no, I don't. Actually, I need to leave one back, or else I'm dead to fling. They're gonna counterspell this. We have to get the counters out somehow. Maybe I could have let off on like a first day of class to see if it would eat up a counterspell. Alright, we're probably just dead now. And they have counterspell up. Okay. So I guess that's why you want to play around the pirate sweeper. That's not a card I had in my head, but I still think dress seems fine here. Like Goblin Caves does not seem that good. Is that crazy? I think I'm gonna try this out. Like Igwar doesn't seem that good to me. It's not like they have plenty of blockers. Untapped red source would have been pretty good in this hand. We only have a few swamps. I like the whisper draw. Can't hydroblast that. They really valued fling in the previous game, so let's see if they take it here. They did not. So fling and preordain went to the graveyard. This already has a counter on it, so that's not going to win. Well, actually, do we have it? We have another Putrid Goblin in hand. Um, I don't think we do. Yeah, we don't have it. Hopefully our opponent gets overly confident and taps out for a serpent. And it's worth noting I don't have a mountain, so this Goblin Caves is just a bad card. Um, I feel like I could have gone for it there. I'm just not sure what's the best way of beating Scred plus counter. Um, like, I'm just a little bit light on mana. Not sure about playing that out. So I can make one creature live. Um, oh no! Oh no, I did it wrong. Oh crap. I'm just throwing away all of these matches tonight. That is not what I meant to do. I can't believe I did that. So probably go get another prospector here. I guess Sledder's technically better because then we don't have to find action. Okay. It's fine. I should have picked up the caves. I can still do it, I guess. There's just no reason for me to tap like that. Goblin Caves finally on turn 9. Super relevant. Sure. Card does not matter. Especially with the spread in their hand. Pyro. Work. I don't want them chaining draw spells. Spread in one unknown. Honestly, if I just draw another, like if I draw like Moggwart Marshal, I think I'm just gonna play first day of class into 2 creatures. That was actually pretty good. So I'm not necessarily looking to win the game this turn, I'm just looking to make value. Although I am giving my opponent a window to kill me here by tapping down. I feel like it's pretty unlikely though, because not everything in their graveyard is an instant or sorcery. Well, now they're hellbent. Get out of here. We haven't won yet. That was actually a pretty... Like, so now if they draw another cannonade, it does hurt. So we have 5 damage right now. Another one. Wonder if we can come up with lethal here between Sledder and Unearth. Well, that should be lethal. Woo, woo. Despite even more misplays around number 2, we got to win. These have been difficult. I'm sorry. Maybe by the end of this league, I'll be slightly better at playing this deck. But we got to win. We're 1-1. Stick around. Round number 3. We're on the draw this time. And I don't think we can keep this hand, unfortunately. We can't cast the Whisper. We don't have a second mana for the Moggwart Marshal. Like, this hand just needs a lot to go right in order to win. I think this is probably fine. This hand, like, it needs to be a grindy matchup. Okay. Sparksmith is good here if I can get it to resolve. Much better on the play. Alright, so we need to hope to get a little bit lucky and start mowing down the creatures. Ideally, we would draw another 1-mana goblin. Or Putrid Goblin. What? Well, that's pretty good. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take 3 to kill this, though. That's wild. I also didn't realize that that was common. So with this trigger on the stack, I'm going to shoot. And we just have to be conscious of our life total not to die. And our opponent's doing the right thing. Like, they should be just, like, continuing to play creatures, forcing Sparksmith to deal me a bunch of damage. So if I kill the Seer, I'll take 4, and then a Sprite off the, like, end step kills me. So right now they're thinking about Spell Stutter. We just need to pass and hope that they don't have it. There it is. Yeah, I didn't have any way of beating that. Like, I could have sacrificed like 2 goblins to take less damage, but I don't think that's necessarily correct. Still on Sparksmith. We're going to be boarding in Electricity and a bunch of blasts. Don't really like looting. I don't think that this is really a Bushwhacker matchup. Pilfers are like, eh. Like, the matchup's just not about speed is all. Probably want the Reaping the Graves. Hmm. Maybe like shave one of those. Like their deck is a bunch of X1s, so like I can't really reliably attack with these that often. And then, like I'm thinking like maybe one Unearth. Without looting, Unearth gets a little bit worse, so let's try this. Unearth still has some value because your creatures do get countered and then you can bring them back, but it's just it might not be a 4 of without looting is all. You could board out Night's Whisper because it was stuck in our hand in game one, but if in the games where you don't have Sparksmith, that helps catch you back up. So I don't think you really want to be boarding those out. And I'm not an expert at this deck. I'm just trying to figure out things as I go. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Obviously, you saw me misplay a number of times the first 2 rounds. I'm not perfect. Just trying to figure out how to play this deck. And if you're unfamiliar, I'm a part of the Eternal Glory podcast. Alongside Brian Koval and Phil Gallagher, we make terrific legacy content. So if that's what you're interested in, go check it out. Go check it out. We're available on all major podcast platforms. On the play. Sure. I don't love this hand, but it's fine enough. Ooh. All right. And the ninja again. This is going to get dangerous. Well, our opponent definitely has blue elemental blast now to kill Sparksmith, so drawing the second one wasn't awful. It's going to deal me a bunch of damage. Yep. Uh-oh. So the Sparksmiths are, I mean, we also just didn't draw lands this game, so I was never able to get ahead. But we're in a dangerous spot now. We're going to 1 on our turn. I can only deal with one of the creatures, realistically. We got gut shotted out. All right. Unfortunately, we're now 1 and 2. Okay, let's finish strong. Let's try to get these next few. This is certainly a value hand. Let's try it. Why not? And looting's kind of interesting because if we just play a land pass with the Carnarium, we have to discard. So this actually makes us like pretty neutral. Come on, opponent. You're playing swamps. Let's go. You either kill things or you play creatures. So we can discard the Matron in order to cheat the mana cost. I think I'd rather get rid of the caves just because it's a tap land. Ooh. Okay, well that's pretty interesting. So if I went and got hmm. I think I'm supposed to just pass now. Because if I play the Prospector, they can kill this pretty easily. And I'm fine with running that out because we have another. So if they decide to Crypt Rats just to kill this, I'm good. Alright, I should have it now. So now this is the actual executing of the combo that we haven't gotten to do until round 4. Um, we're just going to make a bunch of mana. Don't need lands. Okay, that was not ideal. So we're going to make more mana. And let's flashback Faithless Looting. Yikes. Come on, cycle. And we fizzled. We had a bunch of looks right there, too. So this is a situation where if we had a second introduction to prophecy in the sideboard, it would be very good. And instead, we're getting rocked. If I play this deck again, I think I'd probably add the second prophecy to the sideboard. It was a tough decision. I'm not sure if that's actually correct or not. I don't want to get rid of double first day of class. Well, okay, well, they did it at the right time. for this reason, because next turn I have the win. If I, don't, if they don't have anything else, I have the win. They actually could have Crypt Rats again right there instead of wasting a spell. So that's probably a mistake on my part. So I can play 2 creatures this turn. Yeah, like this sideboard definitely needs another prophecy. And I probably should have played a Goblin first because I saw that they have instant speed edicts, and I just thought of it. Well, that didn't matter. Tendrils of Corruption, sweet though. I haven't actually seen it in Pauper yet. Probably because it gets boarded out against both decks that I typically play. Really regretting discarding that Night's Whisper now. Alright. I haven't actually got to use the Encore on this yet. I think I'm going to hold that. We haven't seen like any Moggwart marshals, which would have been terrific. Just Putrid. Oh, I could have gone Matron. Maybe that's what I should have done, is Matron for Moggwart Marshal. I was thinking that Putrid Goblin at least eats up 2 removal spells, but I think Matron would have been better. That's a good draw. Okay, I see you, Duck. Get another Matron. One more mana and they can start flashing back Chainer's Edicts. Ooh. Forgot about the escape removal spell. Well, they're tapped down to 1 mana. I could try to do something. Probably not. It's the last matron. They have their choice here between Chainer's Edict or the Favor. Bubbling Muck. Oh no, we're about to die to Consume Spirit. I did not see that one coming. Ugh. We don't even have a lot to board in. Sparksmith can go. Maybe like 1 Pilfer. Like, this card doesn't seem very good. A little disappointed that we fizzled on the window that we had open. And it's like sort of my own fault for not playing 2 Introduction to Prophecies. I copy pasted someone else's list, but like I've seen lists with 2, but the person I copied, their list only had 1, and they did really well in an event, so who knows? Like, it could have just been bad luck, but it certainly felt bad. Up until that point, I've played this deck in now 2.5 leagues, and I've never wanted the second one, so I don't know. All right. I think I'm going to keep the treasure. It's not that important that we accelerate. Kind of cool. So I'm going to get Sledder, and if our opponent taps out, we win. I believe. I just want to think this through. So if I get Sledder, I have to play first day of class, Putrid Goblin. Actually, that doesn't work, so I think I have to get Prospector. Come on, play Crypt Rats. Do it. Okay, they gave us the window. This is that thing again. Alright, so first day of class. Oh, no, I think I actually have to lead on Prospector. I just want to think this through. So Prospector, first day of class, sacrifice matron. Alright. Unearth doesn't do it because we don't have any black mana floating. Same thing with Whisper. Okay, we're not dead yet. We have some stuff we can do. Alright, and we can still flashback Faithless Looting. And we found it. Alright, so now what I do is I sacrifice and this is going to be lethal. Just have to not mess up my clicks. Okay. Whew. It was a little sticky there, but we managed to get the actual combo win for once. I'm glad we did it once this league and not just lose the entire time. It'd be nice if we could get game 3, maybe finish this league with a solid 3-2. I hope you're in because that's what I'd like to do. Yeah. This deck, like, I'm not making it look very good, but it's very powerful. It took second in a challenge. It's solid. I do think that I should probably have a second introduction to Prophecy in the board. I'm not really a big fan of Goblin Capes. I think that those things are pretty stinky. I think I'm going to keep this, but I don't love it. Our opponent also mulliganed. Spellbound, that's fine. Whispers are great in this matchup. I don't mind drawing 2 of those. Sure. Gurmag is actually sort of an issue. So they can play Gurmag now. Yep. Yeah, we're in trouble. How do I beat this? Like, my War Marshal blocks a bunch, but they have this Crypt Rats. Like, this is just the Abyss right now. So that leaves me 1 mana short of first day class into those two. Interesting that they didn't do it for 2 to clear the Putrid Goblins. And if they give me the opportunity, I will block with the Goblin, because this dies to Snuff Out and these don't. Actually, if they would have done it for 2, they also could have spellbombed away the Goblins last turn. So that was just a misplay on our opponent's part. They're probably going to snuff this out, which is fine. I'm just going to cycle on Earth. I'm not going to get value out of it between these two. So they have 2 cards. We know that one of them is a fairy, so I don't love playing this. Definitely in a stalemate. I could cast First Day Class just to get the Prophecy. I don't know if that's correct or not, which is another reason why I would probably want 2 of that. Ugh. Yeah, the deck should definitely be playing 2 Prophecies. I'm convinced. Do I even want this? I don't think I do. So I swing, they block. They spellbomb, they take 4 down to 9. Is that worth it? Probably not. Honestly, they should be casting the fairy. Oh no. That's really good for them. Can I trick my opponent into winning this turn? They have 2 ways of... Oh, and I didn't... I'm an idiot. I meant to play First Day of Class first. I'm just punting left and right. I don't even know what my plan is anymore, to be honest. I'm just like playing really slowly and not that well. Okay, that's a good sign. What can I do with this? I only have 3 minutes to figure it out, so it's probably do or die this turn. So they're going to use their fairy. Like, I know that that's going to happen. I'm not dumb. So they would take 7 at the moment, which is lethal. Okay. What am I missing? So I can... need to not time out now. I probably split this up poorly. I probably should have done that. I think we got it. I should not turn off auto yields because if their last card's Tendrils of Corruption, I want to be able to sacrifice. All right, and we got it. Woo woo, choo choo. Let's try to get the last one. The final round of this league. We're on the play. Let's get it. Sure. Okay, that was a decent draw. Alright, so next we're Matron for Putrid Goblin. Alright, so they're on Burn. Burn's supposed to be a pretty bad matchup. Maybe not. Could be Jund, I suppose. It is in fact Jund. So despite how poorly I played this deck is very good. You should try it if you're into goblins. It's really sweet. Don't let me, you know, ruin your interest in such a sweet deck. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. All right, let's do it. It doesn't really matter if I play this before this. I want to keep my options open for the matrons and stuff, which is why I played um, the Prospector first. But in reality, it doesn't matter that much. Okay. Um, think it's probably better to get Prospector. So if they have another piece of removal here, I could do it. If I had one more black mana. I could try to play Prophecy into it. We have 6 more in the deck. Boom. Lucky. Alright, so this is going to end up being infinite damage. This is the boring part. They're at 15. So I can get another Goblin Matron. Might as well get Bushwhacker. Sweet. We got game number 1 over Jund. How am I supposed to board against that? I don't know. Is Jund on this list? It is. Apparently we want Caves and Reaping the Graves. That's it. And we need to board out... what? Pilfer, apparently. Let's do it. Friendly reminder, if you want to support this content, you can do so by going to theepicstorm.com/donation deck. Submit your donation deck, and I'll play it here on this channel. Hopefully a little bit better than I played this deck. I'm sorry. It's just, I'm not playing this deck that well. But maybe I'll play your deck better, theepicstorm.com/donation decks, or you can head over to theepicstorm.com/shop and pick up a t-shirt, a pint glass, or a token pack. Game number 2. This hand seems fine. Let's do it. I want to play the caves before I overextend it all. And honestly, I would consider sacking Prospector next turn to play caves. Just so that way I'm not off curve. It really depends on our draw step, though, but I don't really want to play a bunch of creatures into the cannonade. I feel like I'm supposed to try to get in there first. If they kill it, they kill it, and I look stupid because I told them what I was going to do. This is the part where I bounce the mountain, right? What to do? This allows our goblins to live through Bolt, which is why I grabbed the Sledder. See if we can hit a land. Okay. Pretty free to play this out because I want to sack the Marshal. So if they made me sack the Marshal, I wasn't going to play this. So now they could bolt it. Yep, that's fine. I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot right now. I'm actually going to pay the echo here, I think. Maybe it's not worth it because we have so much gas. We could try to win the game right now. But should I? The answer is probably a resounding fucking yes. I'm going to get Sledder back because Sledder allows me to beat Bolt. They have another cast down? Come on. Sort of a bummer. Cast down number 3. Okay. I wonder if they go for the goblin here. Or the putrid goblin. They're all goblins, obviously. They're at 12. They could swing for 9. I think I'm just going to take that. Okay, what does that do? They have enough mana to flashback Chainer's Edict, but it will take all of their mana plus the Visionary. I don't think that's a line our opponent's going to take here. Maybe I was supposed to get another Sledder instead of Prospector. Maybe Prospector was a little bit of wishful thinking, think that I could combo kill, because it's not super likely, because the Putrid Goblin has a negative counter on it. Okay, that was pretty good. Could have gotten Bushwhacker. I think Moggwart Marshal might be a little bit better in this situation. Just because it's guaranteed extra creatures for the lizard. So that's going to kill Iguar. Goblin Caves is pretty good in this matchup, that's for sure. I think I'm just going to pass. Next turn I can double first day of class into War Marshal Prospector. I don't even know if that's a line I want to take. So that's a sign that if I draw the Putrid Goblin that I have the win. Well, I guess we don't have a payoff. So that would be first day of class, first day of class. Alright, let's try it. Counting's for losers. Not going to do that. Guess I would probably want to sacrifice this matron that's smaller. And I can leave back the smaller goblins. The Sledder really bullies her opponent here because they can't make profitable blocks. So ideally, they would like throw two visionaries in front of like the Sledder, and then Sledder. I guess these were 3/5s. That doesn't even really work that well. I guess they could put two of these in front of each of those. Yeah, I think so. I think what they're supposed to do is put pack meat on one of these and then put visionaries on top. So then I have to sack these two creatures just to keep them alive. Seems weird. So what I could do is I could sack. So currently they're taking 3, 6. I can make them take 9, which just isn't enough. I can make them take 10. Because I can sack these creatures as well and they would go to 1. Yep. Ooh, that was good for them. I'm in trouble. So they abrade one of my untapped goblins, swing out. I can chump and then take 7. And then I can only swing back for 6. I wonder if boarding out Sparksmith is correct. It probably is. I don't know what the opponent's thinking about. They should definitely swing out here. I have to block this. So I could block here and go to 1. But I don't think there's a difference. For science, I guess, let's just leave 1 extra back. Like, we don't have an out. Let's see what our draws would have been. Okay. Do I want Spursmith? I don't think so. Just gonna resubmit. Why not? All right, the final game of this league. Let's do it. Let's get this W. Goblin Caves is terrific. At least in that match. I guess I was wrong to say that we should probably cut them. Friendly reminder, open up that description. Follow all of our social networks, including YouTube. Give us a subscribe. Why not? Stay connected to the Storm community. All right, game 3. Come on, mountain. All right, I'll take the caves. Ding. So I'm trying to think long term, and I think Moggwart Marshal don't pay the upkeep, maybe Unearth, and then eventually a Bushwhacker, plus like this Igwar could be pretty good. Maybe I should pay the upkeep, because then I can just Night's Whisper, play a value game. Wow, they boarded in Cleansing Wildfire. That's wild. So now we have to worry about the pirate spell again, Cannonade. And they're definitely keeping it up. So how can we best beat that? I think just passing, right? If they don't do anything again, I could cycle these unearths. No. If they're not going to do anything, I'm just going to keep on attacking. Alright. That definitely just like double time walked us. They have enough here to play boarding party plus keep up cannonade. And braid. So they could abrade the war marshal and then cannonade our board away. Hmm. Alright, so what's the best way of doing this? Um, so they're going to go to 7. And then we can bring back Mog War Marshal. Okay. We might have some sort of lizard win on our turn. Okay. Woot woot! Pity chest! For how badly I played in those first 2 rounds, and then, sort of through the rest of the video, I think that 3-2 is not that bad. I mean, I threw away match number 1. So 3-2's, fine for how poorly I played, like, realistically. So if I was to play this deck again, I'd probably want another one of these, for sure. The Pilfers didn't really impress me. I think that maybe those should be main deck removal spells like Tarfire or a second Sparksmith, which would open up some board slots. I was wrong about Goblin Caves. Those ended up being pretty good. Yeah, let me know what you thought of the deck. This deck's pretty good despite me, I'm going to stop harping on myself for playing poorly, but like this deck is solid. I'd certainly recommend it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you're a Goblins player that just happened to stumble upon this, welcome to the Combo Cabal. I hope you also enjoyed it. Yeah, take care and have a great day. Thank you for watching. Hey, Bryant Cook here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, but also follow the social media channels down below. If you want to support this content directly, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/shop. And if you need a little bit of assistance with the Epic Storm to get to that next level, I would recommend going to theepicstorm.com/tutoring. Don't worry, there's more great content coming right up.